Hey everyone. So, we're going to tackle a massive question today. We've got this incredible, powerful thing called artificial intelligence, right? But are we actually pointing it at the problems that really, truly matter? We're about to dive into a pretty fascinating perspective that might make you rethink the whole game of innovation.
Right? We hear it all the time. AI is the answer to everything. But what if, and this is the big idea from our source material today, what if we've got it all backwards? What if we're so in love with this shiny new tool that we've kind of forgotten what we're even trying to fix in the first place?
And this quote just sets the stage perfectly. It's basically saying that the real power of AI isn't going to come from more processing power or fancier algorithms. No, its success depends entirely on the wisdom, the insight, the human understanding of the people who are actually building it.
And this slide really breaks it down. AI is an absolute champion at crunching data and running through algorithms. It's a beast. But human intelligence, when we're at our best, brings things like empathy, big picture thinking, and the wisdom to see the whole board. You know, AI gives us the power, but we have to provide the purpose.
Okay, and here's a really critical point the source raises. The brilliant, brilliant minds building these systems that are changing our world, they're often in their 20s. Now, they have incredible skills, no doubt about it, but they might not have decades of firsthand experience grappling with the really deep, messy, systemic problems we're about to get into. So, all of that leads us to what our source calls a massive flaw in how we approach innovation today. And honestly, this idea might just change how you look at every new tech startup from now on.
We have it completely backwards. We build a cool new piece of tech, a slick AI model, and then we go hunting around for a problem it can solve, usually one that makes money. We're starting with the solution and hoping to find a problem that fits. And this just says it all, doesn't it? It gets right to the danger of that approach. I mean, you can have the most powerful tool in the world, but if it's wielded without wisdom, it's not just useless, it can be dangerous. It just amplifies the intent or lack of intent behind it. Okay, so if we shouldn't be out there inventing new problems to solve, what are the ones that are already on our plate? The ones that are just sitting there waiting for a real solution? Well, the source lays out a pretty stark and very familiar list.
Yeah, these aren't small-time issues, right? These are the chronic headaches of modern life. Stuff we see every single day. The traffic that never ends, the pollution in our cities, the corruption that chips away at our trust, and these social evils that just seem to dig in deeper. These problems are already here. And the list just keeps going. It hits all the big systems that are supposed to support us. Healthcare that feels like a maze. An education system with huge gaps. The fact that we waste incredible amounts of food while people are hungry, and that constant struggle of unemployment. I mean, despite all our tech, these things still feel broken. And finally, the list gets personal. It turns inward. We're dealing with more stress and anger than ever before. Medicines with unexpected side effects. And let's be honest, the misuse of internet technology that was supposed to bring us all closer together. These aren't just little inconveniences, they're huge challenges. So you look at that massive to-do list, and you look at all the brain power and technology we have, and you just have to ask, why? Why are these problems still here? Why aren't we solving them?
Well, the source material points to this really interesting root cause. It calls it a functional, silo-based lifestyle. Basically, we've all become hyper-specialized. We're in our own lanes. The software engineer solves coding problems, the doctor solves medical problems, but nobody's really connecting the dots to solve the bigger, interconnected issues. And this visual just captures the result perfectly. When a problem is so big that it affects all of us, just a little bit, it ends up being no one's main job to fix it. Responsibility just kind of evaporates, and we all just learn to live with it. But it doesn't have to be this way. I mean, that's the good news here. The source actually proposes a clear, structured algorithm for innovating, one that puts the human problem, not the shiny new tech, right at the center of everything.
So check this out. This algorithm for impact totally flips the script. The most important thing to notice is the order here. It starts with understanding the problem, separating what's a cause from what's just an effect. Then you prioritize. And look, step 4, that's where technology comes in. Finally, technology gets applied as a tool to solve a problem that is already clearly defined, not the other way around. And the whole thing is aimed at one goal, improving our well-being. The goal isn't a new product, it's a better world.
So what does all this mean for us? especially for the next generation of creators, coders, and builders who are out there making things. Well, the source offers a really powerful way to reframe what success even means.
And this is a pretty direct challenge to how we normally think about a career, isn't it? The argument is that, sure, money is important, but it's not the end game. Real, lasting success and happiness, that comes from taking your unique skills and aiming them at a real problem that makes life better for other people. So in the end, it all comes down to this personal call to action. We've seen that huge list of existing problems. We've been given a new way to think about solving them. The only question left is the one for you. For anyone with the tools and the talent, which part of the world's to-do list will you choose to solve? Thanks for watching.